Hey, Wonderhussy here in beautiful, and I mean beautiful, northern Nevada. I feel like I wandered onto the set of The Sound of Music or Heidi, but this is Nevada, you guys. I'm up here north of the town of Lovelock, up in the hills where there's this amazing ghost town. Okay, I just drove right up into the ghost town. The road actually goes right up into these buildings. And despite that fact, and the fact that it's a really well-marked and well-known ghost town, it's so friggin' remote that these buildings are still in pretty good shape. I mean, you can see here on this old pickup truck that, you know, people do come out here and shoot stuff up. But compared to other ghost towns I've been to, this place is in pretty good condition. So the name of this ghost town is Seven Troughs. I think it's called Seven Troughs because there were 7 feeding troughs for cattle, like watering troughs in the mountain range between, I don't remember, Winnemucca and Reno maybe. So this was a settlement at one time called Seven Troughs. Okay, so we'll go to this little cabin first because it looks pretty simple and straightforward. Wow, looks like it was some kind of a work shed or something. Like that was some kind of a spindle or something. Huh. Oh, you know what though? Look like there was a chimney above it, so I don't know, maybe that was something to do with an old stove. And then just some shelving and a table. So I'm gonna guess this is where they sorted stuff. Huh, interesting. But like I was saying about it being so remote, I mean, it's still in pretty good shape. Not a lot of names carved into the wood or anything like that. You don't see any graffiti. All you see is this amazing view out the window. Holy cannoli, you guys. People don't realize Nevada is a really geographically diverse state. I mean, it's not just deserts and casinos. There's stuff like this too. Okay, so we just went in that little cabin. And then I kind of jogged up the hillside here to this brick building. Let's go in and check that place out. Now this building is really interesting to me because you don't see a lot of brick ruins in Nevada. In these old ghost towns, they're usually wooden buildings or buildings just made out of really rough rock, stone. Wow, look inside this building, you guys. This is amazing. Oh, look how cool these windows are. So creepy. You probably hear the wind if you look up. The wind is shaking those metal panels on the roof, making that creepy noise. And then that combined with these creepy windows and these creepy brick walls, it's very atmospheric. This brick building is it's empty, so there's not really a whole lot to look at, but it's architecturally very interesting to walk through. Oh wow, look at this part. Huh. I mean, that looks like that was some kind of a chimney or something there, I guess. Interesting. But it's all empty now, you know, look at that. Hole blown in the side. I mean, I guess at one time that was a big doorway of some sort. There's outside. I want to see the outside. Okay, but let's go back in and go. There's one more room here. Oh wait, look. The glow stick. Somebody was having a rave out here. Yikes. Wow. And then this room here on the end looks like it had a really big doorway, like a driveway, garage door. So they must have loaded trucks or something up here. It looks like there maybe was some kind of a road or something at one point. Okay, so we just came out of that brick building, and we walked along the path there, and now we're up on this kind of concrete pad up top, which looks to be the ruins of an old mill. I mean, there's some pretty substantial ruins out here. Oh, wow, wait, first of all, look how big that wheel was. Secondly, look at the cool Joshua Hendy Machine Works, San Francisco. Yeah, I mean, San Francisco, not that far away, relatively. Look at these, almost looks like pistons, huh? Is that what that is? I don't know what I guess that was just crushing stuff, right? Look at this. Wow, this thing is beautiful between the weathered wood and that rusted metal. And just the beauty of the mechanics themselves, like it's so simple. Okay, now I think we should kind of climb up this little trail here on the side and see, we can look at this machinery from above. It might be an interesting perspective. Okay, so now I'm basically at the tippy top of the whole operation. Some kind of old concrete platform there. There's that other really big wooden hopper that we saw off in the distance. And then this one here, I'm right above, so we can actually look down in it. Wow. It's a pretty pristine site. No beer cans, no shotgun shells. I mean, I guess this is what you have to do if you want to go to a pristine location. You gotta drive way the freak out in the middle of nowhere like this. Okay, so now we just came down from the tippy top of the hill, and there's a few more buildings we gotta explore here before we leave. We got this corrugated shed, and then what looks like a couple, 3 houses down there, so that should be interesting. So first we'll go in this little shed. It's in really good shape. I mean, again, some bullet holes, but not a terrible amount considering. Wow, look inside this place. Holy wowzers. Oh, wow. I just climbed in through the window. How rude. Okay, let me go over here to the doorway, and I'm going to turn around and just do a 360 of this little cabin, or shack, or shed, whatever you want to call it. There's nothing in it. Well, I shouldn't say nothing. Nothing but some really solidly constructed wooden shelves and tables. I mean, again, it looks to me like they were doing some sort of sorting in this building. Let's go down and check out the next little house. Okay, so this wooden cabin here looks like it was a house. And there's a lot of interesting garbage strewn about it as we approach. Sometimes you can find interesting junk in these though, like some of these cans are probably pretty old. Let's see what we have here. Wow, I don't know what this can was, but it is old. Oh, you can kind of see. Keystone, oh wow, it's an old Keystone can, yikes. That is old. Dang, somebody had quite a party here. Coffee can, Folgers. Interesting. Just garbage. Let's listen to diapers in there. Yuck. Probably should stop digging through this. But then you see these really creepy old bottles and you go like, oh wow. Was this like an opium bottle that some Chinese miner used? Who knows? And then look at this. Really cool old rusty doorknob. That's pretty cool. That looks old too. I mean, look at the thing on the back. Dang. Okay, so here we are at this really cool lonely little homestead out here. And look at this. They had this one beautiful shade tree. Well, actually, there's another little baby shade tree behind it. So it looks like they had kind of a little yard area here, which I'm sure in the summertime it gets hot out here. And that was probably a really nice tree to sit under. But let's go inside the cabin. I know what you guys want to see. Look, the door blew off. I mean, this ghost town's old. I don't remember what year it was founded or anything, but 1800s, I think. Again, apologies for not doing my homework, but there's not a lot of signal out here. It's called 7 Troughs. You can look it up. So here we see the usual kind of graffiti. Actually, before I zoom in on the graffiti, let me just do a 360 look around. We came in that door there. And there's a door right there, there's a door right there, and a door right there. So we can go through all 3 of those doorways. And then the walls are all kind of busted up with some graffiti on them. So we'll just go around the room and look at everything and see what's interesting. Here's a shocker. What? I've never seen that kind of graffiti before. Not? I mean, what if I went around and drew vaginas on all the places I explored? It'd be a little bit weird, don't you think? Well, actually, now that you mention it, somebody has already done it for me. Although they were pretty conservative and put a bikini bottom over it. But they did not neglect the basic anatomical components. Looks like Leonardo da Vinci was here, you guys. Well, this might explain part of it. Look, I mean, this looks like something a caveman would write. Woman's beep you. Woman's is spelled so wrong, I don't even know where to start. I mean, if you're talking about all of women that you want to tell beep you to, then it should be W-O-M-E-N, not woman apostrophe S. Woman apostrophe S means belonging to one woman. Secondly, that's spelled wrong. And thirdly, why so angry? Jeez, did some woman do you wrong? I am sorry for you, son. Oh, look here. It looks like he also wrote, beepin' stupid Americans. Stupid? I think he means stupid, but hey, if that's not the pot calling the kettle black, I don't know what is. Ugh. I mean, look, all this graffiti is people arguing with each other. Why? Somos peruanos. Oh, some Peruvians came here. This person said LOL to that. Somebody else said they're dumb ass wetbacks. And then this person said cojan hijos de puta, which I think is some cursing in Spanish. Basically, it's just a big argument on the wall of an old building, which, why spend all this time arguing and drawing obscene graffiti when you could just be looking at the amazing dope wallpaper. Okay, this graffiti I can get behind because it's pointing out, look how cool, first of all, look how cool the layers in this is. Okay, there's this, and then underneath it, it used to be wallpaper. Anyways, enough of this horrible graffiti. Oh, that'll just drag anybody down. So, oh yeah, look at this. Allah Akbar, huh? Okay, whatever. Sit here at night and shoot rats. Oh, okay. Sounds fun. Look at this. Yikes. Giving money and power to government is like giving whiskey and car keys to teenage boys. Oh, well, there is this linoleum that was on the floor at one time. Look at that. Look how crinkled up it is now, or sun-baked, or not even, like, cracked. Interesting. And then they had carpet, too, at one point. Interesting that any of that remains, because as far as I know, this ghost town's really old. No one's lived here in a long time. Wow. Okay, so here we are going through the first doorway. That was that. Down here, there's really nothing to see in here, just more old pieces of carpet. Okay, now this room connects into the second room here that also connects back into that first room we were in. So this room here looks like it was some kind of a work room. Or, I don't know, maybe that was just a bookshelf. Could have been a bedroom. Tiny little bedroom. And then it just opens up to the outside. I guess it looks like, oh, you know what? Now that I'm looking at it, this looks like this was probably the front door, because it's screened in on that side, and it's framed like a door would have been. So this was probably the entryway. So we just came in the back door. We did this whole house backwards, you guys. Let me turn around. I don't want to walk out the front door because it drops down pretty steep and there's no stairs or porch left. It's an old chair, though. But if we were coming in the front door, this is the room we would have come in, right? So this was some kind of, well, it was number 44. And it was like an entryway. I guess maybe they put their boots on these shelves. You came in the front door. To the left, you would have gone into that one room, which I guess was a bedroom. This was the main room that we went in first that had the communal table, so I guess this was like the kitchen sitting area. And then there was this over here. Well, I don't know. This looks like it was maybe the kitchen, because look at those shelves. There's one more room back here. Oh, this was a indoor bathroom. What? That is so weird. I've never seen, I mean, it's basically just an outhouse, right? But it's in a room. Look at that. That's interesting. Oh, wow. Look at the layers of wallpaper here. You can see where way, way back in the day it was just painted wood. Blue. And then they painted it kind of a cream color. And then at one point it was wallpapered with this kind of Art Deco-ish looking desert wallpaper. Interesting, all the layers of people that have lived here. But yeah, then this weird, I mean, I'm guessing this was an indoor bathroom, because that probably had some kind of basin on it, like a sink. And then over on this wall here, I don't know what was going on. Maybe there was a mirror or something hanging on that nail. So the guys did their shaving. Okay, so that was the house we just went in with the indoor outhouse. I guess you can't call it an outhouse if it's indoor. It's an in-house. Anyways, here's the neighbor. Wow, look at this little cabin. I mean, it's very simple. This kind of reminds me of like the rugged frontier dream. You build a one-room cabin and that's all you need. Because realistically, how much more do you need? So it had a front door. Looks like maybe it had a number too at one time, but I can't tell what number it was. Walked through the door, which again, this must have been the back door. Because look, that was probably the front door. Wow, this cabin here, there's nothing in it. I'm just going to do a 360 so you can see what I'm talking about. Nothing at all left, though. I mean, the walls are still in pretty good shape, so that's cool. And the floor is in pretty good shape, so that's cool. And the ceiling is also in pretty good shape. I don't know if you can tell from this, but it has kind of a slightly rounded ceiling, which is interesting. Because I thought it snowed out here. You'd want a pointed roof, I would think. Look at that. That's where the fireplace came up, the chimney. So the fireplace must have been right here, smack dab in the middle of the room. That's weird. Oh, and then look here. There's a hole in the floor that I almost just stepped into. I don't know why there would be a square hole like that cut in the floor, but we can go down it and look around the crawl space. So here we are at 7 Troughs Ghost Town, and we've already gone in the first little cabin, the brick house, the mill, the tin shack, the big house. This was building number 6. We got one more building to go in, number 7. How interesting is that? 7 cabins in 7 troughs. Okay, so this is the last little house to go in, and it actually looks like it's in the best condition. That's cool. I didn't mean to save the best for last, but it looks like I inadvertently did. It even has a sign on the door. Imagine you're like staggering through the desert trying to find a place to stay for the night, and you come to this Tequila Junction. Yes, please. Okay, Tequila Junction, here we are. Wow, this cabin is very cozy inside. I mean, it's not quite as nice as one of those volunteer cabins that I've stayed in, but it could be made into one, probably not with not too much difficulty. I mean, you can see the ceiling is in great shape. There's not really any holes in it. There's a hole here, but it goes up into a crawl space, which, boy howdy, I wish I was tall enough to get up in there. And then looks like there was a thing for a stovepipe there. But yeah, the walls are all pretty solid. Oh, well, wait a minute. There was a dog door at one time, so there's rodents could get in there. But, you know, considering everything that this cabin has been through, it's in pretty good shape. And it even has wood paneling, okay? How about that? And aside from the wood paneling, the floor, ceiling, everything, there's a lot of interesting stuff to look at in here, you guys. Okay, whose shoes do you suppose these were? My initial idea was that it was a Hispanic guy, because they kind of look like this, you know, those Hispanic dudes that get all dressed up. But I think these might be women's shoes. I don't know. They're kind of creepy. And they're very old. Look at that. Look at the lining. Can't even tell what brand they were or anything. Oh, wait, look. Florsheim. Ah! I found a lot of Florsheim shoes exploring these old places. I guess that was a big brand back then. A creepy old chair. Looks like there's a tarp or something laid out here, but nothing in it. Let's just make sure, though. Nope, I was checking to see if there was a dead body. But what there is a lot of in here is graffiti, so that's what we'll check out real quick. Strategic Beer Command 15. Operation Crossroads. Sailor Jerry. No Avail. Junkyard, Robin, Gatsby, Mina, Atomic, and Gabba and Sasha. I don't know who they are, but they sound like a fun crew. Maybe they came out here 2 years in a row, because here's another mark. Operation Buster Jingle 2014. Oh my god, whoever you guys are, call me. We should be friends. It's almost like a little altar or shrine. Drink me. Hi. What? It's like Alice in Wonderland. There's nothing to drink, but look at this old can. Wow. It's not even really opened. That's pretty cool. Little old sardine tin. Yee. I'm not drinking anything out of that. Look at this. I like this. Please enjoy, don't destroy. I need to make a sticker that says that and put it everywhere I go. Look at that. Yikes. Doom. Whoa. Oh, look, somebody left a t-shirt here in case you need a t-shirt. In it to win it. Harley Davidson Motorcycles, the Owl Club Casino. Oh, I think that's in... Oh, look, the Owl Club... The Owl Club's gone hog wild. I think the Owl Club is in Wells, Nevada? Okay, and then look on this side. Somebody drew a really neat bird on the wall and then put this little thing around it like a frame. That's cool. And then just some names and stuff from people who have been here. Okay, wow. I feel like this cabin would actually be really nice to have if you got stuck out here in a storm. There's nowhere to make a fire inside it, but it would at least keep the wind off of you. So that's cool. Nice little place. Tequila Junction, what's your function? Okay, wait, you guys. Bonus, P.S. As I was getting ready to leave, I noticed there's some other buildings up here. This is like a dugout. It's built into the side of this hill. How cool is that? Reminds me of Little House on the Prairie. In one of those books, they lived in a dugout. Even the fridge is like a dugout fridge. Let me see if I can open it up. I'm sure there's nothing in it anymore, but you never know. Oh wow, did I say nothing? There's somebody in here. Yikes. And that thing, that's even, like, look, most chicks would be like, ah! I'm not afraid of that beetle as much as I am afraid of that thing. That thing has little thorns on it that will not be nice to you. I've stepped on a few in my day. Back into this cool dugout, look at this. Oh wow, see, this place actually has some stuff left in it. Definitely it was a workroom of some kind. Just bags and bags of ore, I guess, or I don't even know what these notations mean. PST 10 5400. And over there they had PST 6. Huh. Look at this little desk. Or I guess it's not really a desk because it has a sink. Okay, my GoPro just died, so I have to use my cell phone for the rest of this room. But there's really nothing left in here. I thought it was going to be full of interesting stuff to look through, but it's mostly just bags of whatever or they were collecting, and then a couple old t-shirts. So nothing super good. But I think there's one more building here. Okay, so the other cabin is up here. And since I drove up here anyways, I thought I might as well give you guys an overview while I'm up here of this giant pit where I guess used to be the mine. I don't remember what they mined out here. I'm sure I read it on Wikipedia, but nice silver. Okay, here's this last building we're going in. Let's see what's in this guy. Oh, wow. Yikes. What is this? Why are there clothes hanging up in here? Wow, that's just something about that is super creepy. Like, it's this tiny little shed with tumbleweed on the ground and clothes hanging on nails. Just a bunch of shirts. Pretty old shirts, it looks like. Ooh, yikes. Filthy. I'll wash my hands after this. Wowzers. Work shirts, I guess. Oh, here's pants. Look at these old pants. These look like old pants. They're kind of like corduroy, I guess. Corduroy slacks. Oh, look, here's the label. Frank Lee of California. Ooh, swanky. Oh, look at this old sweatshirt. Look, that doesn't look that old. Farrah never needs ironing. Right? I mean, I don't know men's pants that well, but... Okay, and then on this side, there's another pair of those really old blue corduroy slacks. Oh, wow, look, some underwear. I got a miner's panties. And then look, seersucker. Wow, that's pretty classy. Seersucker slacks. Free pair. Well, that is a trip. Okay, in here, unfortunately, we also do see some shotgun shells. So there is some litter up here. But it's still pretty clean compared to most of the places I explore. Okay, wow, there's one last dwelling to go in here. I just have a feeling, because it's so solidly built, that there's got to be something cool in here. Look at the doorway. Ah, there's a window in the door. I love it. Oh my god, it's like this little tiny vestibule. Feels like we're going to a speakeasy. What's the password? Sherry and Bob and Eval sent me. Come on in. Oh wait, before I go in though, I'm sure it's gonna be cool, but look at this. Leave a carbon footprint. Beep on Al Gore's face. Wow. So much anger. Global warming. Yeah, right. What a beeping idiot. Again, that's kind of a pot calling the kettle black, I'd say. The door might open. Yep. Oh, wow, I don't even need my flashlight. I brought it, but there's plenty of light in here. Look at this amazing cabinet in here. Oh, wow. Okay, we're just going to do a 360, all right? So we came in the door there, and there's like a built-in shelf. A plain wall on that side, two cabinets, one really nice and one not so nice. But then look at this wall. It's bunk beds. This is like a miner's bunkhouse. Can you imagine? These are like little cubbyhole beds. They're almost like coffins. But what's interesting is the mattresses are too big to fit in the bunks. Look at this one. That's weird. I wonder why they made them so small. I mean, that's pretty tight quarters. Wow, I sure am glad I didn't leave before checking that place out. So now we're going to travel on and see what other interesting ruins we can find up here in fabulous northern Nevada.